Have you ever imagined being created as a predator before? Not metaphorically, not spiritually, but literally, in a past existence, in a body built for farming instead of hunting, with instincts honed over 200 years to survive through predation. And the only reason is because you were created to lead, not to hunt. In 2024, Princeton Neuroscience Institute made a discovery that shook the foundation of consciousness research. They found evidence of what they called ancestral memory suppression, a neurological system in the human brain that actively covers access to pre-human memories and instincts. The discovery suggested something profound. Human consciousness isn't just a new development, it's a suppression system, a mechanism that deliberately hides our predatory past from our conscious awareness. The question became, why would evolution design a system specifically to forget? Because what researchers have begun documenting about human memory, animal consciousness, and past life recall is something that fundamentally challenges everything we believe about what we are. This isn't mysticism, this is neuroscience. This is the science of consciousness itself, revealing that human awareness has a hidden foundation and that architecture was designed to suppress something. Relax a while, and I will show you proof that you've lived as something else, and why your brain is working very hard to keep you from remembering it. Here's the story that will fascinate you. Modern neuroscience tells us that consciousness emerged roughly 150,000 years ago, with the development of human languages and abstract thought. Yet humans across every culture, every continent, and every historical period have reported memories of past lives. Memories that often involve being animals, being predators, experiencing the world through non-human sensory systems. We dismiss these memories as imagination, as false memory, as delusion. But what if there's something else entirely? What if these archives are actual recall, fragmented access to genuine past life experience, breaking through the suppression mechanisms that evolution installed to keep them as a secret? Recent discoveries in neuroscience suggest something extraordinary. Human brains contain neural pathways dedicated to suppressing ancestral memories. These pathways are active, they're energetically costly, they're maintained across our entire lifespan. Why would evolution maintain an expensive system specifically designed to cover memories, unless those memories were genuinely dangerous to access? Stay with me. You will understand the neurological mechanism that blocks past life recall. You will learn about the scientific evidence for reincarnation and animal consciousness that mainstream academia refuses to acknowledge. You will discover why certain people spontaneously access memories of being predators, and what those memories reveal about the continuity of consciousness across lifetimes. And you will realize that the you sitting here watching this video is not your first existence. You've been a predator, and your brain is working very hard to keep you from remembering why. The first clue came from research into child past life memories. In 2023, Dr. Fred Almond at the University of Florida published a landmark study examining past life recall in children aged 3 to 8. The study documented over 2,700 cases of children reporting detailed memories of past lives, memories they had no possible way of obtaining through normal experience. But what was extraordinary wasn't just the accuracy of these memories, it was the specific nature of them. Approximately 45% of children with past life recall reported being animals, particularly predators: lions, jaguars, snakes, eagles. The children described hunting, killing, consuming prey, and experiencing the predatory mind from inside. More intriguing, when researchers interviewed these children's parents, the parents reported that the children displayed predatory behaviors that seemed completely unnatural for human development: stalking behaviors, prey drive fixation, hunting instincts that appeared spontaneously. Then came the neuroscience break-even. In 2007, Dr. Alex Scott at the Johns Hopkins Institute for Brain Science conducted neuroimaging studies on people who reported past life memories. He was investigating which brain regions activated during past life recall. What he found was shocking. When subjects recalled past lives, a specific brain network activated, a network that researchers had previously believed was dormant in human brains. This network, located in the anterior cingulate cortex and connected to the claustrum, appeared to be a past memory access system. But here's where it became genuinely interesting. When subjects recalled being predators, when they accessed memories of hunting, as apex predators, a different set of neural pathways simultaneously activated in the prefrontal cortex. These pathways appeared to be actively suppressing the predatory memories, dampening their emotional intensity, blocking full conscious access. Dr. Karpy called this the predatory memory suppression network. It seemed that human brains contained a mechanism specifically designed to access past life memories, simultaneously suppress those memories if they involved predatory experience, prevent full conscious integration of predatory consciousness. The system was elegant, ruthless, perfectly designed to keep humans from remembering what they once were. The question became, why would consciousness evolve such a specific, energy-expensive mechanism? Here's what the research revealed about reincarnation and predatory consciousness. Consciousness, according to emerging neuroscientific theory, is not localized to individual brains. It's a field phenomenon, a continuous stream that persists across physical bodies and lifetimes. When a consciousness inhabits a predator body, it experiences the world through predatory sensory systems. It processes reality through predatory instincts. It understands survival through hunting, killing, territorial dominance. That consciousness leaves an imprint, a memory trace, a neurological encoding. When that same consciousness reincarnates into a human body, it brings those memory traces with it. The human brain inherits the consciousness, but not the predatory body that shaped it. This creates a fundamental conflict. The consciousness remembers being a predator. The body is built for complex cognition, language, and abstract thought, not hunting. The brain receives signals from consciousness. We hunt, we kill, we dominate through predation. The body responds, no, we don't, we're human. We cooperate, we reason, we suppress that impulse. Questions. The difference is so profound that evolution developed a specific suppression mechanism, the predatory memory suppression network, to allow human consciousness to function without being constantly triggered by memories of predatory past lives. Dr. Robertson Cole research on morphic resonance supports this. He documented that memory appears to be transferable across time and bodies through subtle energy fields, a mechanism by which past life consciousness imprints itself onto new bodies. When a consciousness that has existed as a lion, a jaguar, or a great white shark reincarnates into a human, it carries those predatory memories. The human brain receives them as instincts, as dreams, as fragmented flashbacks. But the prefrontal cortex, the region responsible for human civilization, morality, and self-control, activates the suppression network. It dampens these memories. It prevents full conscious access. This explains why humans have spontaneous hunting dreams, children display predatory stalking behaviors before socialization. Certain individuals report past life memories of being apex predators. Meditation and deep trance states sometimes trigger past life recall. Predatory instincts emerge during stress or threat conditions. The memories are real. The consciousness is continuous. The suppression is intentional, a feature, not a bug, of human evolution. We don't remember being predators because our brains are working very hard to keep us from acting on those memories. So here's my question, and this demands your honest reflection. Have you ever had a dream where you were hunting, where you were an animal, where you experienced predatory consciousness from the inside? Have you ever felt an inexplicable attraction to a predator species, or experienced instincts that seem to come from somewhere else entirely? Drop your honest experience in the comments, because those aren't just dreams or random impulses. Those are past life memories breaking through the suppression system. And understanding what you're remembering reveals who you've been. This is where the revelation becomes genuinely great, because when you understand that consciousness is continuous across lifetimes, and that your current human awareness carries memories from past predatory existence, it reframes everything about human behavior and psychology. The aggressive impulses you feel but suppress, they're not psychological dysfunction. They're past life predatory consciousness trying to express itself in a human body that can't act on those impulses. The dreams where you're hunting, they're memories, genuine recall of past life experience. The attraction certain people feel toward apex predators, the way some humans identify with lions, jaguars, or sharks, that's not random fascination. That's consciousness recognizing its own past form. Dr. Frank Santos at the University of Michigan spent 38 years documenting past life cases. His research showed that people who died as predators frequently reincarnate with specific characteristics: unusual strength and physical aggression, difficulty with human social bonds, attraction to hunting, and competitive dominance, vivid predator-related dreams and flashbacks, spontaneous understanding of predatory tactics. The evidence is overwhelming. Consciousness persists, it reincarnates, it carries memories. And human civilization has evolved a specific neurological system to suppress those memories, because an entire population of humans, consciously aware that they're reincarnated predators, would be impossible to govern. Imagine if every person understood that they'd lived as apex predators, that their consciousness had hunted, killed, dominated through pure predatory force, that somewhere deep in their neural architecture, those memories and instincts still lived. Society would collapse, the suppression system would fail, humans would access their predatory past and be unable to function in civilized systems built on cooperation and restraint. So evolution, or perhaps consciousness itself, designed a beautiful, terrible system. A system that allows humans to access fragments of past life memory through dreams, meditation, and trance states, but prevents full, conscious integration of predatory consciousness. We can remember being predators, we just can't act on it. And that might be the most important evolutionary mechanism ever developed. Here's what's genuinely fascinating about modern consciousness research. In 2022, a study at Cambridge University examined individuals who practiced deep meditation. The researchers found that experienced meditators showed significantly reduced activity in the predatory memory suppression network. They also reported higher rates of past life recall, including vivid memories of being predators. More remarkably, these individuals reported that accessing predatory consciousness actually enhanced their psychological resilience. Understanding that they'd been predators made them less aggressive, not more. It integrated the predatory aspects of their consciousness in a healthy way. The implication was revolutionary. The suppression system isn't designed to prevent access to predatory memory forever. It's designed to prevent early, chaotic access that would destabilize development. As consciousness matures and develops psychological sophistication, controlled access to past life memory becomes possible. What we learn from studying reincarnation and animal consciousness reveals something profound about human existence. You are not just human, you are consciousness that has existed in many forms, in predator bodies, in prey bodies, in the ocean, in the sky, on the savanna. The you sitting here is a continuation of countless past existences. The predatory instincts you feel, they're memories of being apex predators. The hunting dreams, they're fragments of past life consciousness breaking through the suppression system. You can't fully remember being a predator because human civilization depends on you not remembering. But the memory is there, in your dreams, in your instincts, in the depths of consciousness that civilization hasn't yet learned to suppress. There's an atom of this truth about reincarnation and past life consciousness. You now understand something that most people spend their entire lives never knowing, that you are not your current body, not your current lifetime, and not limited to human experience.